Welcome to another segment of Manifest with SII Power with your host Dwight Lee. And on this segment, it's going to be the segment on relationship moments based on Armon Warren and Reginae Carter. This is going to be Relationship Patterns Part 2. But before we quantum jump into that, if you've been enjoying the channel, you like the content that is expressed on this channel, please consider subscribing to the channel by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to like and comment on your favorite video. Also, the thumbs up helps with the algorithm and helps people find the channel and find this type of content. Thank you. Relationship Patterns Part 2. I invite you to go watch Part 1 so you can kind of get a good feel for where I started, and I'm just going to go deeper into it. So, first of all, in your subconscious mind, you have millions of files. And based on how you're feeling, or when you're triggered or you experience trauma, you reactivate old files. And so the memories are searched for in these files, and your subconscious go find it, and pulls it up, right? And it's a reference point of an intense experience that happened to you primarily between the age of 4 and 7 as it relates to relationships, or it could be up to age 8, right? Epigenetics. And so a lot of times we have generalizations and conclusions and interpretations and framing from an experience when we had limited perspective as a child. So the example that I gave in part 1 is a mom tells the daughter that all men cheat, all men cheat, all men cheat. Now, if the daughter takes that thought and continues to contemplate, ponder, say la, think that thought gets feeling behind it, and through time, space, repetition, it eventually becomes a belief. So in order for something to be true, every single person has to be experiencing that. So it's not possible for you to say, let's say there's 4 billion men in the world, all 4 billion men would have to be cheating for that statement that the mom gave to be true. Do you see how asinine, how ludicrous, how unbelievable that is? So you have to be careful of what you choose to believe, because whatever you think is the absolute truth is what you create. In other words, whatever you choose to believe, whether it is actually true or it is not actually true, it will become your personal truth. Let me say that one more time. Whatever you choose to believe, whether it is actually true or it is not actually true, it will become your personal truth. So you want to be careful on what type of generalizations and conclusions that you draw, and watch how you interpret, right? This is why I refer everyone to go over there and see the state of flow, the special space of grace, the autotelic that they are experiencing, Armon and Reginae, because it's a beautiful thing, and we need to be aware of it, because it's only by becoming aware and catching these type of thoughts and the emotion that come with it and interrupting the pattern that we can begin to make ground, move forward, accelerate, and improve our relationships. This is really real. So a lot of people probably be like, well, why is he referring, us to go watch them, this, that, and the other? But the point of it is if you don't want to improve your relationship, you don't have to go do it. But what I'm asking you to do is be the observer. Go and watch what's going on. Watch and feel the love. See the high level of energy, the high level of vibration, the high level of frequency, and then watch the eye contact. Watch the facial expressions. Watch the physiology, the body language. You can tell that they love being in each other's energy. And this is the type of synergy that you have to have going on to have a healthy, productive, ongoing, growing relationship. And so if we don't become aware of our interpretations, our generalizations, our conclusions, our framing, and the meaning that we assign things that was forced up on us, or that we may have labeled with very little perspective between the ages of 4 because we saw 1 to 3 intense events around the relationship is going to impact us and it's going to come back to bite. You can't just draw a conclusion that all men cheat or all women cheat because in order for something to be true, every single person, like every male, every female would have to be participating and experiencing that to make that statement true. So the statement, the generalization, the conclusion, the interpretation, the perspective in and of itself is already inaccurate. This is where I'm going with this. Every relationship is different. There's nothing cookie cutter. It's a discovery process, right? So to the degree that you practice self-love and you take care of yourself and you are, you know, sure of your concept of self, your self-image or your self-concept or your identity, and you have the self-esteem, you have the self-confidence, you have the supreme belief in yourself and you love yourself because you can't love anybody else until you love yourself. And so this is what Armon and Reginae are doing. That's why they're having a blast. You see them interactive. You see them adjusting their schedules. You see them playing games. You see them doing hard stuff in front of their audience. Like it's genuine, it's authentic, it's sincere, it's real. They're doing this in real life. You know what I mean? Real time. You can feel it real. So it's a good thing to go over there and be the observer. You know what I mean? And just take what you can to enhance and improve your relationship. Success leaves clues. You should model it. You should imitate it. You should emulate it. You should copy it because they have a good thing going. You know, they're in a art state of flow, if you will. And, you know, I highly recommend to, be the observer and go take notes. This is Relationship Patterns Part 2, based off Armon Warren and Reginae Carter. If you're liking the channel, you're enjoying the content and these relationship moments, please join the channel.